Huzzah, fellow Storm Knights and other lovely viewers. It is time for another top 5, and we're looking at Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer. Now, before I did Dragon Age Inquisition, the regular game, top 5 reasons to play, and I figured I wanted to go and now to do the multiplayer because, honestly, this game deserves another top 5, and the multiplayer is exactly what it deserves. So let's go through it. Another thing to note on the multiplayer, this has nothing to do with single player. It does take a lot of the abilities and the skills and stuff from single player, but it has nothing to do only in terms of the storyline that you're working for the Inquisition and you're going out and doing things. So let's get right into it. Number 1, characters. So all pretty much the classes that are in the single player are in the multiplayer. So you have everything from your regular fighter, your regular mage, your rogue, to down to your assassin, your archers, your keepers, your necromancer, your templars, your hunters, your arcane warriors. They're all there. Now, they start you out with picking one of the 3. You get your, what do we got here? You get the keeper, you've got an archer, and you have a legionnaire, I believe it is. So you have your fighter, your rogue, and your mage, basically. Then after that, what you have to do is you have to just keep going through and getting items that you can salvage or break down, or if it becomes, we'll get into the whole thing of how you get like items and things like that. But you either have to craft the, the armor itself for the character, or you have to find it. One of the two. Alright, next we got crafting. So taking also from the single player, they put the crafting in here, which is really cool, because if you find a really cool weapon and you want to add on to it, you want to make it your own per se, you want to add like fire onto it, things like that. All that stuff that you get randomly throughout running around and doing like dungeon crawling and stuff, you will be able to get. So you can do everything from crafting your weapon, crafting your armor, to crafting certain types of armor that lets you open up new classes and stuff to use. You get all the good stuff like that, and it's a little more simpler than the single player in terms, because it like kind of just really guides you right through it. It tells you like what everything you need and stuff like that, and instead of like picking all the different items that do this and that, like in the single player you pick up like blue vitroli or something like that, or obsidian, and that gives like this amount or whatever. It's more like, okay, that is a certain kind of stone, or this is a certain kind of iron, or whatever the case may be, or a certain kind of metal, and that's how it categorizes it. Alright, so anyway, number 3, challenges. One thing I like about this, now, back in the days of Mass Effect 3, where this multiplayer is very, very much like that, they had challenges and stuff that you could do that really kept the game going for a long time. I mean, beyond getting all the mystery, like chests and things like that, but we're getting into that soon. But the challenges and stuff are great. Like if you get 5,000 experience points within the Orlais area, or if you do stuff like that. It's all those cool little challenges and stuff. They're not, they're not crazy, and they open up titles and portraits and banners and stuff that you can use to just make your multiplayer character, more like his signature area and stuff like that. Just make it look that much cooler. Kind of bragging rights, I guess you would say. Alright, number 4, dungeon crawling. And of course I had to put this in because this is number 4. Dungeon crawling is really cool because you can basically run around with your people and stuff, and you can get actually 3 friends. It's a 4 group. You go in, and everyone has a role. So if you're a fighter, you can kick walls in. If you're a rogue, you open locks. If you're a mage, you basically will break down like spell barriers and things like that. What that does, that allows you to enter certain rooms that have chests, and in those chests will either have golds or they'll have miscellaneous cards. And in the cards, you can get things from weapons to armor to items that you can update your weapons and armor with and stuff like that. So it's very cool. It's also unlike Mass Effect 3. Now Mass Effect 3 gave you that small map area, and then they send waves of enemies at you, and you try to save up to like, wave 10 or something. In this case, though, you do a full-on dungeon crawl. You start from the beginning, and you work your way, and what you have is you have zones. So every time you open a door, you get a new zone, and in that zone, you have like a healing font that you can hit, and everyone gets healed, and you go to the next zone and stuff like that. And it's all, I would say probably randomly generated too, because I've seen a lot of like I've done the same zone, but one enemy might be a different type or something. Like it puts different, like there's 3 classes of enemies. There's 3 maps so far, and I know that BioWare has stated that they have all intentions of updating and keeping it nice and fresh, and it's all for free. So hey, kudos on BioWare for that. And yeah, so beyond that, it's really cool. So you use your abilities, you get together with 3 of your other friends, or you can even just join in. So I've joined a lot of pug groups. I don't really say much, or else talk and say, hey, how you doing? Let's do this, blah, blah, blah. and it's been good. I haven't really had any bad things. You know, sometimes you have a flaw, or you know some people mess up and stuff like that. But you know, you just keep going away and you do it. You also have 3 different types of difficulties too, which is really good. So if you want to get like the best loot, I think you have to do the higher stuff. I haven't done that as of yet because I want to actually build a team. Probably on like my Thursday nights when I'm streaming it and stuff, to go out and do some of the higher stuff to get more, you know, some more strategy involved and things. So okay, I'll play the Legionnaire, you play this, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. You know, so you know you can definitely beat it. But without a doubt, I've had a great time playing this, and I love the dungeon crawling aspect. It's very cool. It takes that very awesome idea of the single player running around with your party and stuff, but actually having live people with you and running around with and stuff, and that just makes it that much better. Because it's instead of controlling your party and saying, hey, everyone attack this item and whatnot, you know, or this person, blah, 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 everyone can turn around and they can be like, yeah, I'm going to attack this one. Okay, I'm going to attack this one and stuff like that. And so, yeah. And then at the end, when you defeat the boss of the thing, you get, like, rewards and loot and all kinds of good stuff. All right, so let's head over to number 5. That was a little long. So number 5 is Mystery Chest. I call this Mystery Chest because, like games like Plants vs. Zombies, where you open up, like, the cards and stuff like that, you know, and you get all the different like characters and things. It's kind of the same factor. Also, like Mass Effect 3, when you would open up the I can't remember what they were called, but they were the special like equipment boxes and stuff like that. And you get all kinds of things with it. So that was really cool. Now they do have the microtransactions on here, but honestly, you don't even need to mess around with it. Just run stuff, get the gold. Gold is easy to get. Just run around and you can pick up like, you know, medium chest or the big chest for like 1,200 gold. Open it up and boom, you get stuff. I mean, you don't have to put any like actual real money into it. They have the option if you want to, but honestly, why would you? You know? All right, I'm Elemental Storm. Huzzah! Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys later. Huzzah, fellow Storm Knights and other viewers. I'm Elemental Storm, and this is How to Play. We're looking at the game Steam World Dig. This is on the PS4. It's just one of the PS Plus free games. It's a very cool game. Definitely check it out. I think it's on a 3DS as well, and I believe PC. So